Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and like today I'm going to be talking again about an experience in my life. It's not from my childhood, but it is from the recent past years. I made a promise, and I did my best to keep that promise. I think when you make a promise, sometimes it's not a good deal. And you go, why did I do this? Sometimes when we say we're going to do something, we have to do it, no matter what the consequences is. Because this is where we build our relationships, and we build our self-respect and respect from other people. I made notes. Like you know, I stumble on my words, my lighting my eyes. I would rather look at you without glasses, but that is a big word, isn't it? But the point of my video is I made a promise, and we all deserve to have people in our lives that we enjoy being with, that we enjoy spending our time with. We all deserve someone to share our life with, whether it's a spouse, acquaintance, family member, companion. And this person needs to bring happiness into your lives. But sometimes these people are toxic. And I think in a way, when you're around toxic people, the toxins kind of rub off on you. But their behavior does not bring them into the best light. And many times this behavior is caused by stresses and traumas in their life that have nothing to do with you. But this negativity comes on you and brings down your self-confidence. It strips your spirit. It's like a vampire. Some people I've noticed that are so negative, and you don't even have to know them, and you walk up to them and boom, that vampire sucks the life right out of you. For sure, that's a person you have to stay away from. They act in such a way, you know, it drives people away from them. As much as they need the love and want the love. And if you're willing to give it, you know, how much are you willing to give before you become toxic or before you break down? How much are you willing to sacrifice to put your life through hell? Well, I made a promise, and I did my best to keep that promise. But I had a very hard time dealing with all the negativity. I mean, it really sucked the life right out of me. I found that I was locking myself in my room for days so that I didn't have to deal with this negative person. I found myself running to get away from this negative person. You know, you always have to be aware how you act and interact with people. If you're having a bad hair day, maybe you should stay home. I know that sometimes I'm having a bad hair day when I get up to the cash register, and I'll say, listen, I'm having a bad day, and if I'm rude, it has nothing to do with you. I just got to get out of here, get what I need, and get out of here fast. I mean, it happens to all of us. And sometimes you can be in a very, very good mood, and then this negativity just, somebody gives off, just slaps you in the face and just kind of ruins your whole day. How do we deal with this? I'm not sure. Smile. Even though your heart is breaking, just smile, smile, smile. Just keep smiling. I find that I find humor in some of the saddest things because I can't deal with it. I don't know how you handle it. And hey, give me some comments on how you handled toxic people. Or maybe even put the comments in there and have people give you feedback how to get away from a toxic person. You know, life is short, and life, it can be very, very wonderful. But we really, if somebody is dragging you down, you really need to separate yourself from this person. Now, when I say separate, I really don't mean just leave them out in the cold and forget about them, because some of these people, the one that I'm talking about, she needs what I have to give, but she's not willing to take it because she has so much stress and she has so much trauma in her life that she pays this forward, you know. So this is a hard video for me because it is very personal and it's very in the present. Today's even her birthday, and I'm debating on whether to tell her happy birthday or not. I probably will at the end of the day, but right now it's not in my heart to say, oh, have a blessed day, you called me so ugly names, you used the F word on me, you told me what a big A I am. I already know I'm a big A, but I try very hard not to do it. And I do have a bossy nature, but anybody who knows me knows to take my bossy nature with a grain of salt, because I'm very opinionated. This is what I think, this is what I say. But in my opinionated self, I'm always willing to look at the other side. So I know I got to work on that, but it's coming. I'm doing okay. Not doing the best I can. Yes, I am doing the best I can. I'm just not doing it very well. But I keep striving to be the best person I can be. Now I'm going to get a new roommate. She has a lot of stress. She has a lot of trauma. In prayer, I say that everything goes well and that I can be there for her, and I need to be here for this person I made a promise to. But she really doesn't allow it. She has so much trauma. She has so much stress. She has a lot of trash in her mind too. That it's all me, 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 me. And she can't see the sky is really blue. It's just all black and it's all gray. And you have to find a way to move on from there. But, you know, every day that I tried to keep my promise, it got harder on me. And one of the things I think I didn't set boundaries. You always need to set boundaries. They can be adjusted or stuff, but I came in like a big mama instead of a friend. I knew where she was coming from because I had suffered the loss of my husband too. And sometimes I do get too pushy. I admit it. Because, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I do need to back off sometimes. So I would put, you know, not a lot, some of the fault on me for trying too hard. When somebody has stress and trauma, you don't know how they feel inside, and so why push your values on them? Okay, I feel that, you know, I did push my values, but also her behavior was not, it definitely was not to my liking. It was rude, it was crude, it was close to being violent. And I'm going to take part of the blame. I have to. I allowed that toxic person to come into my life. I knew we didn't have the same lifestyle. I knew we didn't have the same values in life. But I made that promise. I made that promise. But should a promise be a bond for life? You don't think so? I make that promise. Does my life have to be pure hell for the rest of my life because I'm holding up to that promise that I made? Is my life better for making this promise? Sometimes when we do set boundaries and we don't follow the boundaries, life just gets unbearable. And life got unbearable for me. But how do you say but? Capital B, capital U, capital T, I don't know. But let me check my notes and see what my but is. But keeping the promise just didn't come into play with this situation. I needed companionship. And I guess that's what I wanted from the first. And I need to keep my promise that I had made to her husband before he died. He asked me to take care of her, and I promised I would. But I don't think she really wanted to be taken care of. I don't really think she came here to I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I'm not even going to speculate on why she came here. Why she came here for me to keep my promise, that's between her on herself. You know, it's very easy too, when you're in a toxic relationship, to say the wrong thing. You can always neutralize a toxic situation with the correct words. But when you're put in that vice, it's really hard to get the right words out. And it doesn't matter if your heart's in the right place or not. Sometimes you just gotta speak your mind about the matter of your life. Well, I did do that. I spoke my mind and how I felt about roaches. You're laughing. I have a lot of videos I talk about roaches. I hate roaches. I told her, I don't like roaches. I put out the poison and you clean it up. How are you going to get rid of roaches if you're constantly cleaning up the poison? And, you know, roaches don't care how clean your house is. Roaches will eat anything and everything. If you don't give them any food, they'll find something to eat, even if it's each other. If you don't put the poison, you don't do something from control, they're not going to go anywhere. They got a really super nice environment. It's air conditioned. You know, they got water, the roof over their head. What more could they want? Anyway, I said I don't like them and stopped cleaning up the poison. She got mad and she packed her stuff and says, I'm leaving. And she walked out the door. Then I said to myself, well, maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh about the roaches. But so many times she would call me a name and get out of the car and slam the door. And this happened many, many times. And I said to myself, I can't have her slamming the door every time she wants to walk out. I can't continue this. And furthermore, I don't want to. I want to, this is my home, and I want to live in my home in peace. Am I wrong? Maybe. Maybe not. Yes, there were benefits for her being with me. But the benefits were becoming less and less. When she first got here, it was amazing to have this companion, to have someone to go with, places with. But it just kept getting harder and harder and harder to deal with. Anyway, when she just walked out the door, she broke the promise that I had made to her husband. You can't take care of somebody who doesn't want to be taken care of. Anyway, she found someone else to live with, but I think he's a bit toxic too. But not my business. If that's where she wants to be and she's happy, let it be. So, all of this said, correct, I'm, you know, it's hard talking about this because it's next to my heart. It's a decision I did not really and truly want to make, but it's a decision I had to make for my self-survival. So I made the decision. I can't live with roaches. It's kind of funny to say I can't live with roaches. But the thing was, if there were gnats in the house, she couldn't handle the gnats. The gnats were nasty. Okay? I can handle the gnats. To get rid of gnat, just get a little bottle, put some apple cider vinegar in it, cover it with saran wrap, put a rubber band around that to keep the saran wrap in place, and punch little holes. And those gnats are going to go after the vinegar. They're gone. But roaches, they're everywhere. They're the hardest things to get rid of. And I've always been good about getting rid of them because I would get roach proof. It's a powder. You don't want the one with lure, that's for sure. You just want the boric acid powder. It had a little spout on it, but to me the spout was useless, so I would pour the boric acid into a cup and get me a spoon and get on my hands and knees, and I would go around the baseboards for the entire house and put that boric acid in a straight line. The roaches had nowhere to go but through the boric acid. If the boric acid got wet, then I needed to replace it. And the boric acid would attach to their body. And when the roach would go home and he would start cleaning himself, he would ingest this boric acid. He would die. And then his best friend would eat him. And then he dies. So it's been very effective in my life. But she kept cleaning it up. And with this supplies shortage that Brandon has given us, I can't find it except on Amazon, and I have to pay twice the money. Well, I'm on a limited income. Twice the money is a lot of money, especially when somebody is cleaning it up. And am I complaining? No, I'm venting. So anyway, that's how you get rid of roaches. You have to be consistent, and it hurts your knees putting the boric acid out. But they don't get away, and that's the thing. So, isn't it a horrible thing to break a relationship based on roaches? She didn't mind if they crawled all over the wall. I don't like them crawling on me when I'm sleeping. I never did that before. And I never will. So, did I break my promise because of roaches? Did she break my promise because she walked out because she doesn't mind living in a roach-infested place? Did she walk out because she really can't handle her stresses and traumas, and that she has to put them on me? The questions are many, and the answers are many as well. So, I think I'm going to drop this subject now because it really bothers me. But being that I'm a wellness advocate, I know how to handle my stress and my anxiety when I remove myself from a toxic person. If you have a toxic person in your life, do you need to remove yourself from this person? Or could it be partly you giving back the toxicity? Something to think about. But I have oils that work on bad energy, and I'm going to read it. We got lavender. It calms the anxiety. Anxiety can cause you to feel like you're suffocating. And at points I did feel like I was suffocating from the anxiety that she was putting on me. And so and lavender comes in and it kind of changes your state of mind. It relaxes you. It helps you sleep. When you get in a good night's sleep, you can usually wake up and handle your problems much better because you're rested and you have clarity in your mind. The next oil that you would use for bad energy is peppermint. It kind of reverses the negativity because, well, it reverses your negative mental state because it's uplifting. And it just fills you with energy. When I was in the storage the other day, I was talking about being in a storage, and I'm like, oh, I need some peppermint because I was just sweating. My hair was dripping wet. It's very blessed that the storage unit was air conditioned. Can you imagine if it wasn't? But if you take that peppermint and you just spray it on you, it cools your body. You get an uplifted feeling. And sometimes when I'm driving down the road and I'm feeling tired and it just seems like the next 100 miles is just going to be totally unbearable. Am I going to make it at all? I'll break up my peppermint and just breathe it. And that fills me with energy. That gives me clarity of mind. That gives me positivity. You know, we don't have to keep bad energy in us. Even if it's just you sit down, breathe in your nose, breathe out your mouth. And you just do these things that calm you. Easier said than done when toxicity is sitting on top of you. A wild orange. I've always used wild orange when I get really negative or when I'm depressed. I remember one time I was in the car for her, and her and someone else was giving me a hard time, and it was to the point that I could hardly drive because all that negativity they were shooting on top of me was really, really, really more than I could handle. And I got out that bottle of wild orange. I didn't go like this. I went, rubbed it in, smelled it, just got myself calm. One person left, the other person stayed in the car. I took her to the airport 5 hours early just to get away from her. I would figure she can find something to do in the airport for 5 hours. I've been delayed. I know you can find things to do. But I had to part myself from this negative anxiety. Well, karma did get me because she was back. She had gotten to her destination before I ever got home. Because even though I had calmed myself basically really good, I took the wrong road, which I usually do, leaving the airport, and I wound up 100 miles the opposite direction. And my GPS works so well, you just want to take it and throw it out the window. But I can't, I need my phone. So, you know, I definitely believe in karma. And I definitely believe karma will get you, so that's a whole nother story. My next oil is lemon. And it's the best of the citrus groups because why do people like lemonade so much? Because it does lift your mood. And if you leave the sugar out of it, it's better for you because the sugar actually causes depression. But the lemon detoxifies your body, and it does lift your mood, does make you happier, and it does burn fat, so that's a good thing. And I did have a song for this, but then I'm feeling guilty about my song, so maybe you should look up this song. It's Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. I have invited this person back into my home. I have taken this person to the beach. I have taken this person and done extra things with her. I just can't allow her to be in my home. And then when I take her somewhere and do something, I'm shot with the negativity. And I'm sorry when she says she wants to talk. I say, I don't want to listen because I know exactly what she's going to say. She's going to tell me how bad her life is with this person. And she's going to try to make her way back into my home, where she's free to do whatever she wants to do. I love her, but I can't handle her toxicity. So, Hit the Road, Jack is kind of a cruel song, so, but you know, when life is short and you need to spend it with people who bring value and joy into your lives. And we're always going to be hit with trauma and stress and stuff. Do you think I'm feeling guilty about my decision to let her go? Yes, I am. But I have to be true to myself. She has to be true to herself. And we can't be true to ourselves together. Anyway, that's the essential oils that I have today, and you can find my link in the description if you need them. Please like and share, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. Not all my stories will be so mean. Keep the smile on your face, keep the joy in your heart, keep the laughter in the air, and love the best you can. God bless you.